Tyler are going to talk about piss or ottomans.
How about a little piss?
Rick, why is there a man shooting piss on our front lawn?
I'm sure he'll tell you. I am Piss Master.
Get mud, the mud addicted to rizzing. Baby Gronk told me that I got mad riz. Goon with me, join the Sigma Nation. Riz and show him how big your Drake is. Be Gronk the Sigma that we gel for. Eldon the poop.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Sundays with the Sprinkles. Today is January 17th, 2026. Divisional round playoffs are here. Brett Sprinkle here as always. Brandon Shanahan, Tyler Sprinkle. Boys, what's going on? How are you?
Oh, man, I'm juiced. It's a good day.
Fired up?
Good day to have a good day.
All right. Good day to have a good day. Yeah, even keel, Tyler?
Yep.
Look at him. He wants to wish ill on the Broncos so motherfucking bad. It's crazy. Look at his eyes.
Do you not see this rope I have right here? You're telling me that means I want the Broncos to lose?
Show the hoodie. Show the hoodie. There it is. Yeah.
That's so clean.
Brandon's been creaming his jeans about this hoodie. We had to restart the intro 4 times because Brandon couldn't stop talking about that hoodie. It's crazy.
Like, I love a great hoodie, and then the orange logo popped out so hard. It's work of art.
Do you want to know where I got it?
Yes, please.
Shields. Online. I went to the actual Shields. I think it was like 2 days after Christmas. One, it was an absolute nightmare. I mean, the line was wrapped around the whole store. Every place in that place had a line. And then they also didn't have any Bronco stuff. They had like a bunch of Orlando Magic shit.
Oh, hell yeah.
A bunch of random ass teams.
Dude, you have a Penny Hardaway jersey?
Yeah, I'll pass.
He's still on the team, right?
I don't know.
No, the answer is no.
Penny Hardaway Jr.? Or that's Tim Hardaway. I don't know. Dude, basketball.
Mm-hmm. Tyler's a big nylon head, as we know.
Yeah. Yeah, big game today.
There's a big game today. Broncos and Bills playoff. Also, the Niners and Seahawks will square off tonight. And then tomorrow, I think it's Rams, Bears, and the Patriots, Texans. So, Patriots, Texans is the late game, right? Am I crazy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Perfect. Hey, guys, I'm excited. Also, before we dig into that, I want to break down the week that was, and the Dodgers continue to ruin everything that I love about baseball. And there should be an investigation. There should be the National Guard called in. There should be, I just think we need federal intervention at this point because the Dodgers signed Kyle Tucker to a 4-year deal. I didn't even look at how much he was making. I just assumed it was just $100 million spread out over the next 30 years.
No, it's the same. It's essentially the same contract that the Mets offered,
which was $50 million a year.
$320.
Mm-hmm.
So he took the deal, took the Dodgers. They just copied it, put a little more deferred money, and then he signed it. So listen. If other owners in the MLB were as committed as the Dodgers are to winning, then this would not be an issue. Said some fucking loser on Twitter, fuck the Dodgers, I'm so sick of this shit.
Okay, thank you.
Down with the Dodger Qaeda. I'm sick of it.
It's like they're both ISIS and Al Qaeda wrapped into one, and it's crazy that they keep getting away with this.
Number one enemy, dude. And then Tyler, friend of the program, Tyler, and my boss sent me a Dodgers hat yesterday. He said, just so you know. And he sent me a Dodgers hat.
Just so you know? What does that mean, just so you know?
After Kyle Tucker signed with the Dodgers.
That's fucked.
So is he a Dodgers fan? Or is he just giving you a hard time for being a Mets fan?
Yeah. He used to live in LA for a long time, though. So he has like a decent amount of Dodger gear. So
I'm seeing a trend here. He's a Chiefs fan. He's a Dodgers fan.
Mm-hmm. He's a Yankees fan.
He's
literally anti-Tyler.
Also,
he's the anti-Teist.
He used to be a giant Houston Rockets fan.
And then they got bad, and then he stopped caring about it.
More
specifically, James Harden got fat. He's like, I'm out.
But they're on the way up. He'll be back soon.
a giant Yao Ming fan. He loved Yao Ming. So I think whenever he retired, he stopped caring about basketball.
That's such a funny player to latch on to.
Yeah. He said he went to Yao Ming had some restaurants.
Like they had
Houston.
Tracy McGrady. Nah, I'm a Yao
He's
Ming
like,
guy.
I love this 7-foot Chinese man.
Yeah. And he said everything was Yao Ming size. The chairs, the forks are like this fucking big. You have to use 2 hands to eat with.
That rocks.
I think that rocks for a few minutes.
Yeah.
I'm
So we lose out on Kyle Tucker. And honestly, I wasn't super against it, because if you have the opportunity to get a player offensively like that, then you do it. But I was thinking we would have to slot him in at left. Can you imagine the ass defense we would have in the outfield? Holy shit. But I'm mad at Brooke and I'm mad at Rob, because without their fucking program not even trying to re-sign Kyle Tucker, I wouldn't have cared about Kyle Tucker anyways. So it's their fault, not mine. And I
think they got
don't
their
care.
Astros mixed up. Sorry.
I still don't care that Kyle Tucker's not a Met. I'm just pissed off that he's a Dodger. But it's also the Blue Jays' fault, because if you're going to offer a bunch of years, maybe lower the years and add more money to it, like make it a 6-year deal instead of a 10-year deal and add some more money. But then we pivot so fast and swoop Bo Bichette from the Phillies.
I have another bow to root
and that's
for.
the best. That's the
Yeah.
best.
I'm overdosing on Bocane right now. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm Bocane Bear in theaters this Friday. I saw a funny tweet. It was the Mets projected lineup this year, and it's Francisco Lindor, it's Juan Soto, it's Francisco Alvarez, and it's like 6 second basemen all in our lineup. So we're set at second base. Like, we're fucking good. We're golden over there at the left side of the middle. But
Yes.
It is frustrating. The Dodgers really went in and signed literally everybody. I hope they all go play for the World Baseball Classic. I don't root for injuries. I really don't. I don't think it's a good thing.
Don't. This is a bad omen. Don't even say it. Don't even finish it.
But I've already said it out loud.
Nope.
Before. I've already said it out loud yesterday.
Not to me.
Okay. Well, I just hope they go play in the World Baseball Classic. That's all I'm saying. Hope they celebrate a little hard. Hope they celebrate a little too hard in the World Baseball Classic. Brandon knows what I'm talking about.
I do.
Done.
Fuck Edwin Diaz, fuck Kyle Tucker, fuck everybody that signed with this team after they keep winning World Series, dude. Fucking, how about you build your own legacy? But see, everyone hates on Kevin Durant, saying he's a fucking snake, he's a fucking ring chaser. Everybody that signed with the Dodgers, and Shohei signed with the Dodgers, ring chasers, bitches. Even Shohei Ohtani, bitch. Everybody over there is a bitch.
Yeah.
Join a real program like the New York Mets. That's a ball club.
Yeah. I'm getting nervous that we're going to trade Brett Beatty, and that makes me really sad.
Don't be sad. Smile because it happened, not because it's over.
No, it feels like he's really starting to hit a groove. Like since July last year, like he wasn't setting the world on fire, but it looked like he was starting to get it at third base and offensively, which is why he's a good trade candidate if we decide to do so. But I think we got to keep him on the roster, because if Bo Bichette can't play fucking third base, we need a third baseman. So that gives me some hope. And it sounds like everything I read and listen to, the Mets love Brett Beatty. And maybe that's just some window dressing, like, oh, we love him, so you got to pay a lot for him. That could be the case, but
no, I mean, I'd rather trade Vientos over Beatty at this point, but I mean, who knows?
Yeah.
Like I said, we have 5 second basemen on the roster.
I don't want to be too hypercritical of Vientos. He had a stellar,
contrary to everything you've said in the past.
He sucked last year. He was bad. He was big booty butt cheeks. But you got to remember, like, baseball's an up and down sport, especially early in your career. So
sport of averages.
I'm trying not to be too hypercritical of him, but yeah, I'd be down.
No, I think Mark has reached his ceiling. I think 20 home runs a year, He's good. He's a good like 90. Was it a 9.985% fielder? Not really that great. Type shit. 0.97 type stuff. I guess it'd be 97%, but you get what I'm saying. I think he's hit his ceiling. I think this is probably about as good as he's going to get. At this part, but who knows? I could be dead wrong.
Hard.
I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it's hard to say that though. In his second or his first full season as a big leaguer, it's hard to say that. I think it'll be really telling this year.
I want you to know that was the easiest fucking sentence I've said in my life. Whether I'm right or wrong, whether I know what I'm talking about or not, that was an easy sentence to say. So when you say it's hard to say that, I just want to let the people know that it was not hard to say that.
Yeah. Yeah, keep all our guys, and let's bring up some of the youngins. Carson Bench play center. Bring up Morabito, play left. Let's see what we got. Fuck it.
I guess the bottom line through all of this is the only thing keeping me going is none of this is going to matter in 2 years anyway because they're never going to play baseball again. So once the lockout hits, we're done. I don't have to worry about this dumb sport ever again. We're moving on to pickleball. Which, by the way, breaking news. Oh.
How do you feel about baseball as a whole right now?
Is that a question for me?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Can we look at the trend?
He must have said my name. I'm sorry. Is there any part of you that hopes the Dodgers keep winning World Series, so at some point somebody has to do something?
I think we're already at that point.
It doesn't feel like there's a whole lot of urgency from the actual decision makers.
Because they're making money hand over fist.
Well, that's the thing, is that at some point, the Dodgers winning every World Series and getting every player, at some point that's going to hurt the bottom line, I'd imagine.
But what it is the owners, they want to keep as much money as possible, so they're not going to spend, a majority of owners at least, they're not going to spend a bunch of money on players because they're just going to keep whatever little TV deals they have, all this shit. And they're also not going to be the ones to say, yeah, let's put in a salary floor and a salary cap. Like, let's do that. They're definitely for the salary cap, but not the floor. So that's the issue. That's the big thing. And that's why the lockout's going to come. And it's going to be a lot of pissed off fans from a lot of different fan bases. And that doesn't matter to them.
Is there a world where the Colorado Rockies ever win a World Series?
I mean, is there a world where the Mets win a World Series right now? Fuck no. So I would say no.
And Brandon, you're talking about money. The Dodgers own Japan. Like they own Japan, and that's why they have so much money. That's why they're able to do all this. And speaking seriously about it, I was chatting. We were exchanging ideas. Somebody had a really good point that I kind of went with and dug a little deeper into, but the idea of deferred money and how it doesn't count towards this year's, the Dodgers, they have so much in deferred money. I think their payroll right now is only $400 million.
$2 billion in deferred payments the last couple of years.
So
$2 billion with a B.
Yeah, that's
big
insane.
boy billion.
So if you get rid of deferred money and make that illegal, that's gonna you take that deferred money and you put it into this year. The Dodgers are playing over $1 billion this year.
Or you put a limit, like in the next 5 years, you can have up to X amount of deferred dollars on your
something
contract.
Reasonable.
So I think in lieu of a salary cap, that could work. It's like no more deferred money. But then again, like how much do the players like deferred money? Because I would, it's kind of like your own little savings account. But then again, you're getting it. You're not really gaining. You're not really gaining anything financially from it from waiting so long, right?
The way
talk to my financial advisor here.
Yeah, I'm gonna help you understand this here. So with the way that the economy is working right now, and the way that inflation works, is today's dollars are always going to be more than tomorrow's dollars with the way inflation works. So the idea is get it now, because you know what you have. You don't know what you're going to have, what the dollar is going to look like in the future. So you get it now, so you know. It's essentially like taxes, right? Like when I talk to people about Roth IRAs and stuff, traditional IRAs and Roth IRAs. Traditional IRAs, you get a tax credit, so you save money on your taxes. Roth IRA, and you pay the taxes later when you take it out. The Roth IRA is you pay the taxes when you put it in, so that way when you take it out, it's tax free. So the idea is you're paying the taxes now because you know what the taxes are right now, as opposed to 30 or 40 or 50 years when you take it out, you have no idea what the tax bracket's going to be. So the idea of knowing right now what you have, as opposed to potentially in, 10, 20, 30 years when you finally get that money, to me, it's simple. But then people like Brett, and I'm not, attacking you, Brett, but people say, oh, well, it's a savings account. It's not, because that money, that $10 million today could be 9.4 or 8.2, or it could be 11 million. Like, who knows? But at least you know right now what it is. That makes sense.
That does make sense.
I'm just upset that I got fucking called out there. I'm just really.
You're the one that said it. That's why I called you out.
Yeah, but it's just like that's not what I meant. That's the words I used. But you're right. No, you're right. You're right. You're not wrong. Yeah. So basically, the Dodgers ruining baseball. Deferred money might save the getting rid of deferred money might save the might save the MLB.
Mm-hmm.
But
also, you take that money and you give it to your financial advisor. You put it in the markets. You grow that money over that 10 years. You're going to have more money in 10 years than you would just waiting on that payment.
See, that's what I was waiting for. The other bullshit where you said, "Hey, Brett, you're an idiot." That's not what I was looking for. That's the one sentence grab I was looking for.
There you go.
Well, hey, good shit. Good shit.
Economic update for you.
Thank you. Economic hour with Tyler. I saw some interesting Call of Duty gameplay this week.
Mm-hmm.
Specifically, Telluride Bush.
Mm-hmm.
It was just a crazy game they had. They were up 2-1 going into, honestly, I don't know any of the Black Ops 7 maps, but it was a crazy game. Both teams were at 245 in headquarters. Bush got it all the way to 249, almost lost it, and then won at the last second, winning their series, advancing to the playoffs. Tyler, did you see any of that? What are your thoughts? What is your breakdown?
I don't keep up with challengers a whole lot. They've done so much of a better job this year than they have in the past with really showcasing the challengers.
So that's like the minor leagues of.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
So somebody from Telluride Bush, TJ Halliee, he's been a pro for a long time. He kind of, the last couple of years, just kind of bounced or started in challengers and gets paid out to go play for a pro team. But you think his buyout for Telluride was like $2,000, whatever. So Telluride Bush would get $2,000, or Barstool would get $2,000 from, I think he went to Seattle Surge. Anyways, but there's another player that was on the Chicago Huntsmen. I think it was like $20,000 or $30,000 for the buyout. So there's a lot of money to be made in challengers if you have good players and the pro teams want to buy them out with their contract. I haven't really been paying attention though to challenge.
Okay.
So I didn't.
Well, if you're not paying attention, then I think we can.
Yeah. I need to be better.
Thank you. A little accountability goes a long way.
But it's kind of weird. It's like a Wednesday at 1:30. What the fuck?
Yeah, that was. I agree. Like that's why it was so odd that it popped up on my YouTube. It's like, oh, this is going on.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think what else happened this week. Was there any other big news?
We didn't talk about Mike Tomlin or.
Oh, yes. 9 head coaching vacancies. So I saw a stat this week. Mike Tomlin coached the Steelers for 19 years, never losing season. Obviously impressive. Took the team to the playoffs 13 times. However, they hadn't won a playoff game since 2016. Players in the locker room were reportedly Aaron Rodgers was crying TJ Watt just sat at his locker, said no, 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 no. Players were distraught.
I think TJ was crying, and Aaron Rodgers was apologizing to Mike Tomlin.
The quotes I saw, but like, okay, but I got the quote right. No, 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 no,
Yes,
no from
correct.
TJ Watt.
Yes.
Okay.
But TJ Watt was crying. Aaron Rodgers was not crying because he's a robot.
Okay.
Doesn't have any feelings.
Okay. Good to know. Good to know. Oh no, guys, let's fucking start here. Crazy fucking weekend of playoff games last week. I forget that we recorded before.
One thing, quick. I saw, was it like Tuesday, John Harbaugh to the Giants, and then I haven't heard anything else about it.
Nope, he's
Anybody else
with
heard
the
that?
Giants now. He's with
Oh,
the
that he
Giants.
did sign?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because the report I saw, it was like
he's
they're
still
close
in
to
that
a deal.
building. Hasn't left.
Okay.
They're holding him hostage.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
But the games last week were great. Hand up, I didn't quite lock in on the games on Sunday. I was busy playing Dispatch. That game rocked.
It does
love
rock,
that
right?
game. I already wish I could experience that for the first time again. That was cool.
Dude, fucking say, have you beat it already?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Once
yeah.
I haven't had a
What's
day like
the-
that in so long.
Dude, it's so addicting. It's like literally watching a TV show. It's like
Yeah.
you just like, it leaves a cliffhanger after cliffhanger, just leaves you wanting more.
Look at Trevor's stats.
Just love Dispatch week after time.
What a goofball. So hey, were you an Invisigal guy or were you God, what's her name?
The blonde.
God, what was her name? This is disrespectful. That's
I was a okay. What is her name? Her name was Mandy. Blonde Blazer.
Blonde Blazer.
I was a blonde Blazer guy, but hand up when we got in the locker room, I folded. So then my allegiance flipped.
Dude, we might have had the same playthrough because I did the same shit.
Did you kill the guy?
No, I did not.
So
not
it
kill
shows
him.
you the stats on like how many people did the same thing you
Mhm.
did. I'm shocked by how few people killed him. Like
Yeah.
that's the
Well,
whole
you're
fucking thing
superheroes.
that we're doing.
You're superheroes, though.
He just held this fat little dog hostage for fun.
Yeah, that is a cute little chubby ass dog, though. Tyler has no idea what we're talking about.
Well,
He's just
You
not a
should play
gamer
it.
like us.
Yeah, you should. Yeah, you're just not a gamer.
ooh, Brandon, speaking of gaming, we downloaded the free Need for Speed game last night. And no, we'll get back to that. Tom. What was that? Need for Speed. We were racing around, DJ and I was like, this is kind of boring. Racing games don't do it for me. But then we found out that you can be like cops chasing the racers while they race. That shit was fun.
Oh,
Yeah.
that
So-
rocks.
Download Need for Speed. Comment.
But anyway, back to
Do
dispatch.
you catch them?
You just crack
We just
them
keep
and-
running to them a bunch of times.
Okay,
Our car blows up. Sick.
all right. And so they're trying to like win a race.
Yes, yeah.
And
So
you're
they're
just
racing
fucking
against
with
each other and also trying to get away from the cops.
Brandon, there's been a picture added to the group chat. Would you mind throwing that up on the screen if you can? Do I have to email it to you? Can you pull it from your phone?
Nah, I can figure it out.
Okay. While you're doing that,
Trevor.
while you're doing that, back to dispatch. Great fucking game. Glad you got to enjoy it. Glad you got to experience it. Glad you talked yourself into buying it. Glad you got that thrift shop suit.
Dude,
That way you could
the
afford
thrift
some
shops here are
dispatch.
crazy. I got like a whole sports coat for like $15,
Damn.
and then went and balled
Hell
out
yeah.
on a shirt and some pants.
Oh, dude, you got to go fucking like you got to just get the. Oh my goodness, I forgot his name. But like you just got to get like the checkered sports coat, with the crazy fucking bow tie. Just get the crazy shit, the craziest fits off. Powder blue everywhere. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Craig
Okay,
Sager, who I was thinking of.
gotcha. Okay, let's talk a little Mike Tomlin, just for Trevor, just a little bit.
I mean, I said the stats, like 19 straight,
Yes.
19 straight seasons, winning record, Super Bowl champion, another Super Bowl appearance. End of an era to be sure. Long time coming, maybe, but then again, they haven't had the.
Hell yeah, Trevor.
Yep. He said, "Riding with my dogs."
The double.
Let's go.
The double chin joint.
The jaunt. Ooh, the life. Ooh. You pulling that shit off. Okay.
Ooh.
Oh, a little GQ action.
So Mike Tomlin, great coach, but he sabotaged the Steelers for so many years in the sense that he would win just enough to get to the playoffs and then ruin their draft pick every year.
Perpetually always picking 18th.
Yeah, so I don't know if Mike Tomlin has picked lower than 19 or 20 since 2016. So that's at some point you got to be bad enough to just get some good players, but Mike Tomlin refused to do so.
Hey, the standard is the standard,
which is a testament to how good of a coach he is. But sometimes you need like not necessarily a bad year, but a year where you get close to the top 10 and get some really good talent. And they were just never able to do so. And then the trade that they made this year to trade away Minka and trade for Jalen Ramsey was so weird.
Yep. They have the most expensive defense in the league and also the oldest defense in the league, or at least second behind the
It's a good combo to have.
Yeah. That's what you want. That's what you want. That's what breeds success. Yeah, so I mean, the firing happened just shortly after they got trounced by the Houston Texans on Monday Night Football.
He stepped down.
Sorry, yeah, he stepped down. Sure, right after the Monday Night Football game where they got trounced by the Houston Texans. Can I say trounced? Okay, our legal team has allowed it. Trounced by the Houston Texans. That was a bookend on what was it?
Allegedly.
Thank you, legal. So that trouncing happened. That trouncing bookended, alleged trouncing bookended a great weekend of the NFL playoffs where we saw. I mean, I'm just going to go through it real quickly, and then you guys can just hop in wherever you want. So, I mean, the Panthers-Rams game, incredible game. Rams end up prevailing at the end. The Carolina Panthers hung in a lot better than I thought they were going to. It was absolutely incredible. Then you have the Bears and Packers, where the Packers are beating the piss out of the Bears. Bears make just an immaculate comeback. 4th and 9, Caleb Williams, the GOAT. I'll never not fucking trust him on a 4th and 9 ever again. So the Bears have an immaculate comeback. They're moving on. And then we had the Sunday Bills Jaguars. That was just a game where everyone was getting beat. Like Josh Allen went out with he got injured like 4 fucking times, like hitting his finger. But the Bills were only okay, and they did eventually win to get the opportunity to lose to the Broncos.
No, I'm talking about Brandon.
What did I do?
The yawning. Oh, the yawning. Yeah, knock that shit off.
I yawn sometimes. I don't know what to tell you.
Shit. Line. What's the mid-afternoon? What was the mid-afternoon game?
The Eagles 49ers.
Eagles 49ers.
ECB.
Yeah, that was a great game in and of itself, but that was kind of just. It just felt inevitably that the 49ers were going to win, even when the Eagles were having success in that game. It just kind of felt inevitable they were going to lose. I don't know. Maybe that's just a gut feeling that I had.
I disagree. I was more so like, ooh, the 49ers are keeping it close. They could win. But I was also expecting the Eagles to just like turn it on at some point, and they just never could.
And lastly, Chargers-Patriots, which is kind of a snooze fest, but fucking Justin Herbert got demolished throughout that game. Madison Beer is nursing his injuries as we speak, and the Patriots ended up winning that one.
Ooh, I have something to note about that game.
Please.
So I was talking with a friend of the program, Dominic Wilson. He put on his Snapchat story that he's in a pool league now, a billiards league, if you will. And so I messaged him. I said, I needed to find a new hobby after another Chargers first-round exit.
Woohoo!
And then he went in. He went in, and he's essentially it's death to the Broncos, and he's rooting for the Patriots to win the Super Bowl.
Damn.
I mean, how big of a loser can you be to root for the Patriots?
You got to be a pretty big loser.
Yeah. All them old heads talking about this, talking about that. Don't know ball.
I love when you call Dominic an old head.
He's the only person I called old head.
Well, it also reminds me of those the Trey Regs, that's his name, right?
Mm-hmm.
Trey Regs. The TikToks you showed us about old heads.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I love talking shit to Dominic. It's one of my favorite pastimes.
Just put rocks in his jaws and smack him in the mouth.
Yeah.
They're bleeding everywhere.
But light bulbs under the eyelids.
Oh man, yeah, great times. Yeah, so great fucking weekend of football. I think we're gonna have another good weekend of football if we can circle forward like good businessmen, because Brandon has a basketball game to go cover or whatever he's doing today. Whatever he's doing that's not this. Let's just say that.
Before we move on, best playoff weekend we've had in years.
That
Ever?
might be recency bias, but I'll allow
Yeah, I
it.
know that 2022 run was crazy.
That's true.
Like
Every game
yeah,
was like within reach the entire game, aside from the Steelers.
I mean, even then, that was a 6-0 game or 6-3 game at some point.
Yeah, but then just a lot of picks.
Then it wasn't. Yeah, then it wasn't.
Yeah, I was loving it though. Like every game was awesome. Okay, but I just want to get.
I'm gonna push back. On the. I mean, the Chargers Patriots wasn't that great, but I think it was just a long day. It was a long weekend of football at that point. You know what I mean? It was kind of just the energy. There was nothing left in the tank.
Mm-hmm. That's fair.
But like I said, we have another great weekend of football lined up here. Broncos Bills do lead off the slate. Are you happy to play first, or would you rather play last?
It feels like playoff football in Denver should be played during the day.
Okay. I prefer a night game for playoffs personally, but I like the take.
yeah. I think I'd rather have the second or the third game for some reason. I don't think that there's any logic to that, but I think I'd like to ease into the NFL before I'm 10 toes in.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I
will tell you this.
Trouble
Go ahead,
sleeping last night because I was pretty excited about this game and just about today. Then I woke up and I was instantly like, damn, I wish I just never went to sleep so I could push off this day for a little bit longer.
Yeah. There is a very real, and I just don't even think this is hyperbole. Like, we just talked about the Mets. We just talked about the state of Major League Baseball. Like, this game is going to determine my happiness for the next 9 months, because I know baseball isn't going to make me happy. There's no happiness coming from that. Like, so this is the only thing I have for the next 9 months, unless the Denver Nuggets really get me to buy in, which they haven't yet this season. But yeah, this is a big game. This is a big game, and I'm trying to play even keel. I'm not going to get too high, not going to get too low. Just I'm excited. We'll see what happens.
Biggest game in decades. In a decade.
Last year I went to church. For Bo Nix before they played the Bills. Did not work out.
Yeah, you damned him.
Yeah, but this year,
False believer.
This year, I'm gonna go to a synagogue. I'm going to a synagogue right after we get off of this, just to see what we're all about.
No, you're not. Don't do it.
So let me pick your brain on this, because I've run into this situation a couple of times. Right, I have to work this afternoon. Is it better? And the playoffs are different. Is it better to like half-ass watch this game while I'm working, so I'm up to date, or to completely shut off the rest of the world, wait till I get home, and then watch it then?
No, you gotta be paying attention to it as much as you can.
Also, but you can weave it in, because that's what I would do for my broadcast. I would weave in like the scores.
Yeah,
I would hey, I know this is the most important thing that you're watching here today, but in case you were wondering, there is NFL playoff football going on. The Broncos just took the lead 10-3 over the Buffalo Bills.
And it works out because we have a scoreboard sponsor, so we're being paid to talk about other scores. I think it's meant for other high school basketball scores, but
Sure.
I just got here. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think, and that's where I'm leaning. In particular, a couple of years ago, Nebraska was playing USC, same kind of deal. I had to work all day, so I put that game off, recorded it at home, shout out YouTube TV, and then I was up to like 11 at night watching it And then they fucking blew it at the end. And this was such a fucking waste of time. I could have just spent time with my family or rode a bicycle. And here I am at 10:30 watching the rerun of this game that everybody's been mad about for the last 6 hours. I didn't talk to anybody. I just shut off my phone, turn off notifications. Like, I'm so locked in. And then just for them to not call a pass interference on Jamal Banks in the end zone for some reason.
Yeah, I get your desire to do that, but like, no, you gotta know. You gotta know if they blow it in terrible fashion. You gotta know.
Because then I can at least check out whenever I want to. If I'm already if I'm rewatching it, I'm like, well, I gotta stick this out.
Yeah, do you like play catch with Cortland, have it on in the background? He's like, I'm still gonna turn on the all 22, watch some film, we'll have it on, just on the side. I know they're gonna fucking rip my heart out, so I'm not gonna invest any time into it.
That's the move. I'll be watching the Broncos today as they kick off.
You just
breaking news.
So locked in, and you're like, oh shit! It's now they scored 30 points in the last time I talked. Sorry, you got to lock in to this basketball game that I should be calling.
Tyler,
yeah,
give me your keys to the game.
What bow do we get today? That's the first thing. That's the pillar that we need to find out.
So one of the pillars are for Ram.
He needs to run. He needs to have the ability to run and the wherewithal to not run too early, but also realize like, hey, nothing's downfield. Let's run. And then also, I think Jaleel McLaughlin is going to have a really good game. Because for some reason, RJ Harvey cannot run to the outside, even with his speed. He's an up-the-middle kind of back. And we saw it a couple times this year. Jaleel McLaughlin's really good about getting out on the edge and using his speed to get out and make some plays. And the Bills' defense, rushing defense, isn't that great. So you're going to have to exploit that, especially since they have, I think, the best pass defense in the league.
They also activated Ed Oliver, so that's going to be big for them as far as their run defense.
Of course. Yeah. Can you pull up the inactives while I'm talking about this?
Yeah, I'm actually doing that right now as I speak, so good call. What are you looking for in particular?
Harrison, is he playing today?
I was specifically looking for J.K. Dobbins, but
he's not playing. He's not going to be back until maybe Harrison. Sorry,
with Harrison who? There's no Harrison on my list.
First name. He's a corner from Kentucky.
Oh, Harris Stun. He's out.
Yeah. Okay. So that's what I said. Okay. So that'll bode well for us a little bit. Jordan Poyer's out.
DeMar Hamlin is going to play though, so that might be tough.
On their side. Yeah,
that might be tough. Well, we have God on our side. I'm going to synagogue. I'm going Goggin. I'm Walton Goggins.
Yes. And the last key for the Broncos offense is Bo needs to be patient but ready to strike. They're going to play a lot of weird zones on Bo Nix, and he's had a lot of issues reading complex zones. So he's got to be very patient and wait for things to come open, but be ready to pull a trigger when the time comes. And then on defense, it's rushing up the middle as opposed to the edges, setting the edge so Josh can't just run around and get out of the pocket like he tends to do. So smart but effective rushing. And then James Cook, I mean, that guy's a beast. He's been, for a little while there, he was like their entire offense. If he wasn't going, then that Bills offense couldn't do much. But in the playoffs, Josh Allen seems to be on another level with his greatness. So it's going to be interesting. And then cover the tight ends. I would imagine. So I would like Pat to cover Shakir in the slot. I know he doesn't normally play in the slot, but he's like their best wide receiver other than their two tight ends. So it's either that or you have Pat and probably Jade on the tight ends all game. and you hope Riley Moss and Jaleel McLaughlin can cover the outside guys. Yeah, those are my keys of the game.
Good breakdown, excellent analysis. I will push back with you. I think Jaleel McLaughlin can lock down Khalil Shakir from the slot. I do think Jaleel McLaughlin is one of the best slot defensive backs in the league, so I'm not worried about that matchup. And I do think the Broncos, that's one thing you kind of just set off a light bulb in my head. The Broncos, there's one thing I've noticed. Their rush lane discipline when they're rushing the passer is been excellent all year. Like you rarely see anybody dipping in. Like you rarely see anybody, they break it, giving him contain. Now there's going to be different beasts. You have to be, I mean, there's obviously going to be times in the game, like you shake your head, but like there's
Trevor Lawrence did pretty well with that.
Yeah, we got our ass beat. You saw what happened. So yeah, that is a very good key to this game. Yeah, keeping contained. And I feel like Cooper and Benito are the two guys to do it if anybody's going to be able to do it. So yeah, feeling good about that. Yeah, rush game is going to be. We get the added boost of getting Dre Greenlaw back for a pass game, but we also get the negative that Alex Singleton's still playing football, so he needs to be in there. So
he's been a lot better. He's been a lot better.
So wash there at linebacker. Not having Brandon Jones has sucked, especially for our run defense. And even on the back end for passing. So it's still PJ Lock. It's still PJ Lock hour. I'm locked in, locked with an E. I don't know. Yeah. And you hit the nail right on the head with what Bo Nix are we going to get? Are we going to get Fuckhead or are we going to get, the GOAT? But I will say, even when he's being a fuckhead, the way he's able to just kind of lock in on those clutch moments, I'd rather have a clutch quarterback than a not clutch quarterback. You know what I mean? Because we've seen what that looks like. And if he does make plays, it's just will the big plays outweigh the mistakes that eventually happen? Yeah. That's all it's going to come down to.
I will also mention when you get the chance, you gotta bring Josh Allen down. You have to bring him down. So that's another one.
I'm curious what the offense is going to look like because there is a sad, scared little part of my brain that I haven't eviscerated that is telling me that the Broncos have been very vanilla throughout most of the season
screen pass.
Because they haven't needed to do anything. They're 14-3. Even that last month of the season when they got their teeth kicked in by Jacksonville, like you knew that you were going to see. There's a good chance you're going to see Jacksonville in the playoff. Let's keep things pretty vanilla. I mean, there's no reason that should ever be a thought now at this stage in the game in the playoffs. I also remember back to last year when they played the Bills. First play on offense is a bomb. It goes for a 50-yard touchdown pass. Are we going to see more of that, or is it going to be what we've seen throughout the year? It's hard to imagine things looking crazy different than what we saw the last, 4 or 5 months. But that is the final delusionally optimistic piece of my brain that's holding on for dear life before the mob comes in, hangs him in the town square for being optimistic. That's what he's telling me on his way out the door.
First off, before I continue, I just want to shout out. Thank you, Chronological, Paulin. You're the best. Shout out. Best viewers in the world.
Shout out. We need best viewers. Our viewers suck.
Yeah, viewers stink. Comment if you disagree, chat. Should we get the bounty system going again for this playoff run?
Yeah.
You don't want to? I'll put up $20. 3 Josh Allen sacks will give you $20. Whoever does it. You guys don't want to pony in?
No.
I mean, I don't have any actual dollars, but I would be in support of a bounty system.
Hypothetical doggers? Okay. All right. Yeah. I mean, at least somebody's on board. Tyler doesn't sound like he's willing to do what it takes to get it done.
We're not cheating. You're not trying. And what's going to happen?
You're just paying players for doing their job. It's incentives. We're giving them incentives. Yeah. It's an incentive.
All right.
To play well.
Well, I would also encourage cheating in some way, shape, or form.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Oh,
this says that DeMar is still on the IR.
Mine says he was a limited participant in practice, and he is questionable for the game.
Got it.
Actually, no, he's a full participant in practice, questionable for the game.
Got it.
Thank you for fact checking the DeMar Hamlin.
I looked at
Accuracy
the
matters.
averages, and it said that he's still on IR, so I wasn't sure.
Hey, there's a chance that NFL.com is wrong. You know, they don't know what they're doing over there.
That's true.
Speaking of
pretty healthy with all of our starters.
circling back like good businessmen, can Jim Harbaugh win a playoff game without stealing signs?
Is it a Jim Harbaugh issue or a Justin Herbert issue?
Mm.
Because it's usually been losing.
People are
playoff
ready
games.
to have that conversation.
I think the conversations are starting to initiate.
Okay.
I mean, 7 years in, we just saw Caleb Williams win a playoff game. Saw Drake May win a playoff game.
Did you see that?
God help those Chargers fans if Bo Nix wins a playoff game today.
Yes, and also I'm a little nervous about that. I will say because Bo Nix would then be out of the top 4, best quarterbacks out of that draft. Jaden, Caleb, Drake. If Bo Nix would be the 4th to win a playoff game, so if he doesn't win, God help me, because that's going to.
Well,
be
and
tough.
we talked about it last week. If they don't win today, it discounts the whole season, which has been a blast. But I can see the claims of everything being fraudulent, and if they lose today, those claims have way more merit than if they win. It's like I don't give a shit if it's fraudulent. We're in the AFC Championship game, but the whole season, this feels like a stupid no-brainer thing to say. But the whole season, how we look at it is how today goes. Which is crazy because 14-3 should always be a home run, but just the nature of it.
It's super unfortunate. It's super unfortunate. Yeah, but that's just kind of the way it works. It's kind of the way football season is, and whatever narrative stems from today, this could be the narrative over the hanging over the whole season. Doesn't matter what happens.
Well, and even last year, they went 10-7, made the playoffs, got their teeth
first time in like 8
great year.
Years.
That was awesome. I had a blast. That was cool. Let's run that back. And now they're 14-3. There's a world around what a fucking loser ass season that was.
Yeah.
What a disaster.
But then again, it's the Bills, it's Josh Allen. This is this is a playoff team. This team has, I don't want to say championship pedigree, but they've been here before. And thankfully,
and they had to know
so the Broncos.
Not going to get too many clean looks at the Super Bowl like this with no Mahomes, no Jackson, no Burrow.
Yeah.
It's
big.
When you have the best quarterback in the league remaining, you have to feel pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't get all that many opportunities at that.
When you say best quarterback in the league, you're referring to Bo Nix, correct?
Of course.
Okay. I just want to make sure we're on the same page. So the way I see this game going, we're doing picks. Tyler stepped away for a second. Hopefully he's back before we finish.
He probably picks the Bills. We can catch that balance for him. Bills 34-10.
I'm thinking Denver Broncos 20-17. Give me a little overtime action. Give me a fucking both teams don't score on the first drive. Give me a Broncos walk-off field goal.
We hear the sentiment in the college football playoff, and it's a little bit different because there were multiple weeks involved. Is there factoring in on how the Broncos finished the season? They got blown out by Jacksonville. They beat up a Chiefs team that was half of what they usually are. And they kind of struggled against a Chargers team with most of their backups. Are you worried that they're going to come out rusty, or do you think that this week did good for them?
No, I think this week did good for them. I think anytime you have I think this coaching staff is very good at scheming and game planning. I say that, basically just in the face of everything you just said. But I do think the extra time helps. We got healthier. I mean, it always helps, especially when you can, scout ahead and, kind of just fix things. I feel like last week was kind of, okay, we need to clean. I think the struggles were good because now you know what you need to clean up. You know what you need to do. Now it's just, can you put it into action? Can you do it? Can you fucking, play at that high level? I mean, we're going to see. I think the rust shows in the first quarter. I hope they turn it on. I mean, we've been a second half team all year. I hope they turn it on in the second half. I think it's best case scenario, but we'll see.
Yeah, I'm right. I think it's a good thing. I think
it's a good thing. The defense has to fucking lock them down.
And outside of the Jacksonville game, I thought the defense played pretty okay the last couple of weeks. I mean, granted, their job wasn't very difficult, but
I think back half of the season they've been one of the just not the worst, but super mid.
But again,
I don't have any
at a certain
stats.
point, you're like, we're cruising in the AFC. We can take our foot off the gas pedal. Let's, I don't know, try some new things and see if they work. See how well this works with the vanilla base. I don't know. Again, that's just what a little dumb shit in my head is trying to tell me.
Tyler, you heard my analysis and final score? All right.
Yeah. My brain is telling me, and this sucks because it's going to just lead in right to what you guys were talking about. 24-17 Bills is what my brain tells me. My heart says it's going to be 28-13 Broncos. So I don't know. There's nothing, my brain or heart, they're in a tight race right now.
Yeah.
So I'll leave it at that.
So I had stepped away to grab some tea, but I was laughing so hard because when Tyler said my brain is telling me 24-17 Bills, my heart is telling me 28-13. I thought he was going to say Bills again. I was dying.
No, I think, it's going to be one score game, 24-20. Bills have the ball to win the game at the end, but can't get through this defense.
All right, boys. Sound analysis. Let's move it on. I think this is going to be such a fun fucking game. This game is going to be a slobber knocker. 49ers going into Seattle, taking on the Seahawks at Lumen Field. The 12th man in full force. I just saw them putting up the 12th man flag on the Space Needle yesterday. One of the best defenses in the league by far. I mean, I think it's, Seahawks, Texans, maybe Denver. I don't know the way they've been playing, but definitely the Seahawks are one, if not two. Sam Darnold has no oblique.
Doesn't need it.
Doesn't need it. Just remove him, just like Marilyn Manson. And the 49ers got trounced by the Seahawks week 18. Kind of got banged up a little bit during the Eagles game last week, losing George Kittle with an Achilles. That sucks to see. Shout out I. That's my Iowa boy. Shout out George Kittle.
My 2026 fantasy football team is already going down. This is a disaster.
Oh, shit. Yeah. So this is going to be a good game. Two divisional opponents. I'm curious to hear your thoughts, Tyler. How you think this one's going to go?
I unfortunately think that it's finally time for the ultimate injured team to go down. And I also don't think that this is going to be a very great game.
While you're doing that,
I don't
Brandon,
know what they can really do against this defense because there isn't very many holes in it. And I was just looking at the stats. If you had to guess the yards per carry for Christian McCaffrey this year, what would you say?
Real quick, Brandon, pull up the tweets about the electrical substation next to the 49ers facility.
Okay.
Guess for yards per carry for Christian McCaffrey, I'd say something like 6.3.
I would guess 4.5.
Still
Higher or lower?
Way lower.
Way too high?
2.3.
Yards per
3.
carry?
Yeah, 3.8.
That's low. I think league average is 4.3.
Yeah.
There we go. That's what we need to see.
But they're in
Full
Seattle,
screen
so
here.
maybe they're going to be healthy this week.
No, but it's their practice facility. They're getting the way. They already got the waves all week in in training. So they're just bringing they're bringing bad bones into Seattle. That's what they're doing.
At what point does this have to be addressed?
I think now. I think the 49ers need to think about practicing somewhere else next year. Like right now, they need to start thinking about it because it's not a coincidence. They're the most oft injured team in the league. There is science. I'm saying like over long term, yes, electromagnetic waves do some terrible shit to you. Like there's a reason why they're measured. There's a reason why that they're not good for you. They're not good for you, at least you're psychologically. And yeah, so I mean, practicing next to an electrical substation is tough, especially with all the AI data centers that are going in now. That's more on the grid, dude.
And so this is where they
Come on,
practice too. This isn't just where they play on Sundays.
Yes, no, they practice right outside their fucking stadium. They're out there in Santa Clara. It's crazy, right? Here, let me pull up one of these tweets. Let me read it out loud to the people. San Francisco 49ers, statistically the most injured team in the NFL over the past decade since moving to Levi Stadium in 2014. Top 5 in adjusted games lost for 10 out of 11 seasons. 7 and 8 full Achilles patellar ruptures. League average is 2 to 3 a year total. That's insane. 40 plus major hamstring and calf tears, high ankle syndesmosis injuries every year. I'm assuming that's just a sprain. Why not say sprain, you dickhead? That's fucked up. None of the usual explanations hurt. Turf scheme, bad luck, hold up. Only one variable is unique. Players know it in their guts. Early 2025, retired guard John Feliciano let it slip. Players joked around about the electrical substation right next to the practice facility, possibly contributing to the Niners' injury problems. So there it is. So who knows? Willa, thoughts? There's nothing going on in there. There's nothing going on in the head of hers.
So how many passes would you expect Sam Darnold to throw in this week in preparation? Do you think it's got to be a lot, right?
I think like during practice he threw.
Would you think so?
No. Why do you say that?
Because he has thrown 0 passes.
Oh, but
I was hoping the conversation would go like, well, he's a starting quarterback preparing for a playoff game. Even if he's banged up, he's throwing balls around. Not so fast.
Yeah, I would
Not
have said
so fast
with the oblique.
All right. Well, I read the room wrong. That's on me.
bad
Who did
take the reps?
awareness.
Tyler, who took the rep?
Drew Lock.
Yeah, he did. Broncos are about to win a second playoff game today.
That's right.
A Bo Nix Drew Lock Super Bowl would tear this podcast apart.
Fucking divide the party of the lines of division would run red with blood.
And that's so easy for me. I would buy so much Seattle gear. It would be insane. I would go into bankruptcy just buying Seattle Seahawks gear. If Drew Lock started a Super Bowl against the Broncos.
You're like actively selling your chair while you're on this podcast. Like, no, I need more. Yeah. I need more money. I need more money.
Someone's coming to pick up my house. I got to move. I need more Seahawks gear.
Yeah, I sold my wife online. She's fine. It's just for a couple days.
But I would never sell Willa, would I?
Star of the show, Willa. That's you. Dude, there's literally nothing going on behind those eyes. Not a thought in the world.
She just a baby.
Mm-hmm.
Give me the Seahawks. This is going to be...
Wait, before you pick this.
Seahawks easy 2-8.
49ers have not lost a divisional round playoff game since 2002.
Crazy, yeah. Seahawks, easy.
Great information. Let me digest that. Yeah, Seahawks, easy.
Seahawks by 40.
Okay. All right. Well, let me hit you with this one. Please.
25 minutes, Brett.
I lost my stats. But see, this is what happens. We never get a chance to break down the games because you guys sit there talking about God knows what, and
people like me for my personality, not my football.
Okay. All right. I really like the 49ers. I think the 49ers win this game. I think they do it on the back of Christian McCaffrey and his 3.9 yards per carry. But also his 9.1 average receiving yards or average per reception. He
has like 200 more carries than Kenneth Walker does and only has like 200 more yards.
He has 100 more carries than Kenneth Walker does, and he has 200 more yards.
Isn't that what I said?
No, you said 200. It's a big difference.
That's what I meant. That's what 100 and then 200.
200, yeah. Which actually is shocking because in my mind, Kenneth Walker didn't do anything. He might as well not even played this year.
I'm surprised Zach Charbonnet isn't the leading rusher on that goddamn team.
But it does come down to containing Jackson Smith and Jigba because while Sam Darnold does usually like to only complete 13 passes a game, 10 of them are usually to Jackson Smith and Jigba. And so, yeah, it's just all about containing him. Once they do that, they have A.J. Barner to contest with. Mike McDonald's just a good coach. They got a good team up there in Seattle. Like I could see them going all the way to the Super Bowl. But I don't know. There's something about the 49ers I want to believe. Kyle Shanahan's always going to be, I'm always going to have a soft spot in my heart for Kyle Shanahan, so I want to see him do well. I don't like seeing the 49ers lose because of that. So I don't know. That's kind of what I'm rooting for.
Real quick, I saw a list of the coaching salaries. I think he's like second or third lowest, like McDonald is on that list. But one of them is the guy from the Titans that got fired. I can't remember his name, but he was the lowest, so he doesn't count since he's not a coach anymore.
Callahan?
Yeah. So, it's crazy that he's out here number one seed, one of the lowest paid coaches in the NFL.
That is a good little nugget, little chip on the shoulder type shit. By the way, it can't be forgotten. George Payton's almost coming up on the end of a 6-year deal, which is insane that he lasted all 6 years. Looks like he's going to get an extension. Thoughts?
Back up the Brinks truck.
Oh God!
Give him some equity in Walmart. It doesn't matter. Keep him around. He's my hero. I never doubted him for a second.
I love the highlight tape of just like with the Meek Mill song in the background of just that Russell Wilson trade just going through and just George Payton highlights. You know what I mean? I've been grinding on my, you know what I mean?
Von Miller said, "Make some room on this team for me next year. I want to come back."
He's a Bronco if I've ever seen.
He doesn't play special teams, so there's no room on the roster. He said it himself.
That, Fred. Yeah, and I'm the one that told you that. So why are you reciting things that I told you?
Well, I'm telling you, realize we're on a podcast. There's other people listening to this that might not know that.
I told you on this damn podcast.
Do you think? I mean, we don't have. Hey, Brandon, play the flashback.
Is there no like backup DN pass rusher spot on the roster? Like, it rotates in.
There is, but they all play special teams.
And Von ain't playing no fucking special teams. That's Von Miller, dude.
All right, I don't know.
I'm just telling you what he said. I'm not saying that he should. I'm just telling you what he said.
I want him back. I do want.
I think if you can bring him back, you find somebody else to play special teams. Mm-hmm. I get why that's the thought process. Every guy needs to, like every guy needs to pull their weight to do your job. This is the one of one exception to that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, push forward. Sunday at 3:00 Eastern, the Houston Texans head into Foxborough to take on the New England Patriots. This is going to be a good test for Drake May because I think it's the first time he's playing a team well over 500. The Chargers are barely over 500. This team is well over 500. This Houston Texans team. Plus, they do have, like I said, if not the best defense, the second best defense in the league. This is going to be a good defensive battle. I'm excited to watch it.
More excited to see what baked goods and Michael May is cooking up for this weekend.
I want the Patriots.
I thought Bakemas was over.
Well, Bakemas is over, but then that's the chatter. It's like, well, what comes next?
I echo your sentiment, Tyler. I too want the Patriots.
Because we already beat the Texans. Been there, done that. I want to be. I want Bo Nix and Drake May to face off against each other. I think that would be cool game.
It'd be a great storyline. Also, a better matchup for the Broncos, I feel like.
I don't care about that. I just care about, they're the second seed, so I want to play the best.
Yeah.
But do you think Drake May finally beating a winning team gives him a little bit just too much confidence heading into that game? Should they win?
I mean, winning back-to-back playoff games is from CJ Stroud is going to do he's going to be buzzing.
Yeah.
I think everybody's buzzing at this point.
Yeah.
They're getting freebies. There's no Mark Sanchez Jets sneaking in.
Texans have a plus 17 turnover differential, which is pretty good, I'd say. 47 total sacks on the season. I don't know if you saw, I did see that funny stat from Pardon My Take earlier this week where Drake May is really bad he's the worst quarterback in the league at 3rd and 6s specifically. So that was a funny stat to bring up. So yeah, just watch. I mean, that's just something to watch out for. 3rd and 6 this game. I like the Texans. They have an elite defense. They're a really good fucking team. I think they're a well-coached ball club. Not a knock against the Patriots. I just really like the Texans and the roster and how they're built. It's kind of like which Texans offense are you going to get? It's been the same offense really all year. I feel like it's just kind of hang around, and then finally take the lead at the end of the game, and just let the defense close it out for you. I kind of like that strategy here, and I think it's going to play out. The biggest factor, I think, though, is it's going to be snowy. It's going to be freezing in Foxborough. How do the Texans handle the cold?
And Nico is not playing.
I did not realize Nico was not playing.
Boy, he's concussed.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he was concussed on Monday. Yeah, that's going to be a big deal, but I don't think it's the end of the world because it looks like every single one of their, the exception of
Iowa State?
Brown.
The entire Iowa State receiving core from the last 2 years.
At Iowa State, yeah.
Trent Brown is not playing, so that's a big deal for them. But other than that, I give me the Texans. Why not?
Go Combs.
I'm going Patriots. It's going to be kind of a snooze fest. I think it's going to be 13-6 Patriots.
That's a good place to be. I like the Patriots.
I think today is
not much more.
I think today's a great day to bet the over. I think tomorrow's a great day to bet the unders. Thoughts?
Sure.
Great thought.
Okay. Just Brett thoughts, thinking out loud while he talks. And speaking of cold, down there in Chicago, Bears welcome into town the Los Angeles Rams. 7 degrees by kickoff would be the third coldest in Soldier Field history. I thought that was an interesting fact. It's going to be fucking freezing, boys. The Rams are favored. -3.5 is the spread. Actually, I want to check this. Broncos did end up being favored. The line flipped. The Broncos were underdogs from throughout most of the week.
For 1 day, I think, and then it flipped to 1.5.
All the money. Okay. That actually makes I wish we were underdogs. God damn it. But yes, the Rams coming into town. Rams, great team. They did survive against the Panthers, but hey, that's all you got to do in the playoffs, survive in advance. Bears coming out like that incredible victory against that was just like a monkey off the back moment if I've ever seen one. Just taking down the Packers who've always just beat you down and doing it in that fashion where you come back down. What did they officially come back down from? Was it 17? Was it 20? I can't remember the exact number. I think it was 21 at one point. I think they were down 27-6 at one point, but I could be wrong. 27-13. I don't remember. It doesn't really matter. You can't count them out. They're a second half team. I'm unfortunately going to count them out this game. I think the Rams take it.
Yeah, I mean, last week I took the Packers because I thought, okay, well, this is just how this is how this was always going to end. The Bears have their best season in a long time. They finally win the division. They finally beat the Packers in the regular season, and then it doesn't matter because they're still going to get a little broed by Green Bay in the playoffs. I was wrong. So maybe this is just a team of destiny. I like the Bears at home. The Bears.
I think that the way Ben Johnson has bought into this team as a whole, like screaming "fuck the Packers" after the game, all the losers saying "you don't do that, you shouldn't do that." That's mean.
Pussies.
Shows you why the Packers are a loser-ass franchise. But that is a huge, huge game. Not only just winning a playoff game for Caleb Williams and the Bears, but the belief that you have in your team. I know you got to be uber confident going into the playoffs, but I think that just takes you to a whole nother level where you're trusting everything that you're doing and seeing, and the guys trust each other to win this game. I think that with the hand injury that Matthew Stafford has, he's going to play. He's a gamer. He's a baller. Probably the MVP this year. There's just something about this Bears defense and their ability to get turnovers. They're going to get a couple from Matthew Stafford. I'm going Bears 30-21. Book it.
The Bears.
The Bears.
I did see a funny
Tom
tweet.
Manungai is about to run for 150 yards.
Chungi Manungi?
Yeah.
Hey, when I see that funny ass rabbit, I just laugh.
I see that big egg rabbit.
I did see a funny tweet. It was like a Bears Broncos Super Bowl would go so hard because it'd be like 3-3 at halftime, and then for some reason the game would end 48-47. I thought that was very funny.
So sick.
Yeah. Guys, I'm excited. I think it's gonna be it's either gonna be a really good weekend or it's gonna be a really bad weekend. I asked you earlier, like, would you rather be the first game? Would you rather be the last game? I think I'd rather be the first game. Let's just get out of the way, rip the Band-Aid off. Let me know, like, do I need to check out early or can I, do I just stay locked in? Yeah, this and I was being a little dramatic. It would probably only deter my happiness for the next 3 weeks, but the next 9 months, there's a lot riding on this game.
Like the amount of happiness I would get from this team will last for an eternity.
Small over the immense disappointment that I could receive from the Broncos.
I think
need you to
pretty
flip
high.
that. I need you to flip that for me. I need you to get more happiness than disappointment.
Yeah, because I wrote that Broncos Super Bowl for a long time, where even those playoff losses in the mix, they didn't last very long.
Are we at a point where like we're still happy to be? I know we like first playoff berth in forever last year. Are we still happy to just be in the playoffs, or is it like we gotta win?
We progressed, right? Like we got in the playoffs last year, awesome, and then we're the number 1 seed this year, super cool.
Which I think was too much.
Awesome.
I think it was too much.
So the way I can salvage this game if we lose, it can't look like it did last year. We have to be competitive in this game. That would help my disappointment. But if we go in there and get blown out again, George Payton gone, Bo Nix gone,
Sean Payton.
What was it all for?
Gone. George Payton gone again.
If I will say, I was watching some highlights of the game last year. If I see Cortland Sutton drop more than 2 balls today, because I knew he was going to drop one, it's going to be a big moment. Fine, whatever, get it out of your system. If he drops more than 2, I'm going to be upset.
I think it was like 24% of his passes were dropped last year. Bo Nix.
That's insane.
Yeah.
It's throws too hard, man. He's got a gunslinger.
Yeah.
Laser. Gunson.
We also didn't talk about the
firearm
advantage that the Broncos are bringing into this game.
Well, we also didn't talk about the wife, the fact that we have his wife. We got your girl, man.
They're all professional athletes at the end of the day. It will be a factor, but I don't think it's going to be as big of a factor as some Twitter heads like to type. So
you're talking about altitude?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, they still have the oxygen on the sideline. Yeah, no, I mean, it really is. It is a factor. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, you're right. It's not going to be.
Yeah, I think home field is a huge factor. The altitude, not so much.
It will, however, I think benefit us on offense with their pass rushers. I think they'll have to cycle out more.
Ed Oliver, I don't think he'll get that many snaps because of that fact too.
Yeah. So,
did you like how Sean Payton was coming out? I mean, he's been saying it for weeks now, but be the loudest whenever they first get into the huddle, not when they break the huddle. I like that. Schooling everybody.
It's a bad look for the Broncos, man. Not the Broncos, the fans. Like, duh, that should be well known.
But I don't think it is.
Be loud
historically, it really isn't, because historically stadiums are always, telling people to turn up as soon as they get to the line of scrimmage. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like that's. I feel like that's way more the norm than as they're in the huddle. Because, I don't know, you're building up as the play's about to start.
I mean, maybe I just know
because it's like instant gratification. It's like instant gratification. Fans want to see, they want to say that they caused the false start. So, what I mean? That's instant gratification. You can't see the communication issues you're causing in the huddle. You know what I mean? So you can't. There's no reward there. But it's
I think when previous coaching staffs had to be like, "Oh, I wish the fans wouldn't boo us at home," that was a bad look. I think this is appropriate.
Yeah, that's fair. All right. It's exciting.
It's gonna be a good day, boys. Today's gonna be a good day.
I'm about to go eat like.
Oh yeah, hold on. Yeah, tell Brandon about your boy date today.
Brandon, me and the fellas.
We'll leave off on it.
Going to Texas Day, Brazil before the game. So they open at 2, so we're getting there right at 2. I'm gonna eat 7 pounds of meat, and I'm gonna stumble over to DJ's dugout probably.
It's gotta be 10 for Bo.
And watch the Broncos hopefully win.
That rocks. I love a good Brazilian steakhouse.
Yeah. I will say I'm so sad that I'm not drinking. Because today would be a perfect day to crack open a cold one with the boys, you know?
Now you can really experience it.
What? The game?
Broncos. Yeah.
I don't. Can I be. You know what? No, I'm excited. No, I want to. I want to. Yeah, this is going to be a good game. This is going to be a good day. It's going to be a good day for everybody.
Dang.
Nebraska Balls Wagon, they play today. They're about to go 18-0. Nebraska West Wrestling Wagon. Antro Taylor's a freak.
They're no slouch.
AJ Ferrari beat the Charges.
Shout out.
And then Iowa kicked off one of their best wrestlers.
Yeah, I didn't read into that at all. I didn't read into it at all. Sorry it happened.
Culture.
HD go.
Tyler, I know that, or Brett, I know the Iowa guy. Does it worry you that Angelo Ferrari doesn't get takedowns? I know he's like 8-1 now. I guess, but like, is it troublesome?
You'd like to have takedowns, but I think I think reversals are good. You know, you get the 2 points for reversal. So, reversal is just as good as a takedown in my book. But yeah, no, you want to get takedowns. Takedowns, you want that.
All
right, good show.
I'm just saying, you got to ask those questions after it was 31-3 in a conference duel like I did last night.
Oh, I can't say that I was watching that one, Brandon. I can't say that I was watching that one.
I didn't watch that either, but I did Trailer win his match in the last 3 seconds. So now I'm all the way bought in on wrestling for the rest of the year.
How would you guys feel about a professional Greco-Roman wrestling league?
I've thought about that. I feel like it would play very well.
Like if they did it, if they hyped it up just like regular wrestling, WWE, or just any other sport, you know what I mean? Just all the bells and whistles, all the fanfare, all the presentation, but it's just at the end of the day, it's just fucking just Greco-Roman wrestling.
I think that would rock. I got to imagine people with more money and ambition than I have thought about it and decided not to, but I think it would hit.
Well, they have started something like that recently. There's something like it's very much getting off the ground, but it has started. I only know this because I was watching the Yak and they brought him in, but I'd be curious to see how it grows in popularity, how that happens. Because wrestling is a fun sport to watch. I'd say not for the first 20 minutes, but the last 5 are usually fun. You know what I mean? But I don't know. Who knows? Anyway, anything else, boys? Let's have a good day.
Godspeed, brethren. See you on the other side.
Peace.
Big man blast, big man blast.